Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas and I have the pleasure of welcoming you to this special edition of This Week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh. We'll be talking about several issues, but first of all, let me take this opportunity of thanking you and welcoming you to the show.
Namaskar.
Doctor, there are a lot of things happening, and whether we like it or not, but coronavirus is affecting our lives in direct or indirect ways. So, how do you see where we are as a global community with respect to this challenge?
I think coronavirus is a very serious situation. It's a pandemic. It means whole world is involved here. I mean affected, and it can get very serious. So one should not take it lightly. As you know that the most important part at this juncture is to identify people with some symptoms and should be tested, or people who have traveled recently to out of country should be tested and find out whether they are virus carrier or not, because a lot of majority of the coronavirus carrier are asymptomatic, means they don't have any symptoms. They are like you and me. No way you can identify them. They don't have any headache or any jukam or no cold or no cough or no fever, but they can transmit the disease to the other person. So that's very dangerous, and that's what happened in Seattle. That person came from the China. He got the virus. He got symptomatic. Then the person he came in contact with before he got sick got the virus, and that's how it got transmitted in the community. And that's why it's very important. That's why we are talking about people who test positive should quarantine themselves for at least 15 days, because 15 days is a time where there is a window where they can develop the symptoms.
And if I may request you to repeat some of the precautions which we may take, as we have seen promotion.
Well, I think the best thing is the way we Indian do the greetings, like Namaskar. That's the best way to do the greetings right now in this coronavirus crisis, because that way the whole idea is to not to touch and stay away from. Social distance is a key. So, and then your spreading of the viruses are much less. So always stay away 6 feet away from the most of the people. Don't go into the crowd. Don't go to movie cinemas, or don't go to the sports gathering, because these are the places where you can get infected easily without knowing. And the other thing is, of course, you keep washing your hands and don't touch your hand too often to your face, because that's how you transmit from the hand to face. And as long as you do the frequent washing of the hands and cleaning of the hands after coming in contact with anybody or doing any business with anyone, I think that's the best precaution you can take.
Sure.
And if you are sick, then you should wear the mask, because then you should not transmit your cough, because it can be transmitted by touching, as well as it can be transmitted by cough and cold droplets, and that's why you should stay away from the people at least 5-6 feet away from each other.
So that's why a lot of programs are cancelled these days, and governor also declared state emergency, and now this is the period when we have had the opportunity of observing colorful festival Holi. So this year people are not that enthusiastic in observing this festival. Keeping aside the threat of coronavirus for now, if I request you to go back to your memory lane in India, whenever you feel that you celebrated Holi with jest.
Yes. Yeah, because it's a festival of spring coming, welcoming spring, and festival of the harvest, and better days are coming in the year, because spring comes and then summer comes, and so that's why we were that was a way of celebrating the whole the festivity. And in India right now, as you know, because of this coronavirus scare, Even this year, Prime Minister or Home Minister or any other senior leaders from any party did not take part in the Holi celebration, because I know that in 2001, when I was accompanied as a delegate with President Clinton to India in 2000, that time it was Holi day. It was Holi that day, and we were invited by Atalji, Prime Minister Vajpayee, to his home, residence home, and there all the even opposition leaders, including Sonia Gandhi and everyone. Pranab Roy and everybody was there, and we all celebrated. We had a fire there and good food and good music and all sorts of things. So, but this year I think because of this crisis, I think all the senior leaders, including Prime Minister, is not celebrating Holi, just to give the example to the people that you stay away from the...
Absolutely. So I take the liberty, Doctor, and before you became as famous or sort of you got established as a doctor and all that, as a child, do you have any memories of Holi? Were you keen on splashing colors?
Oh yeah, always. We in our society, in our mohalla, we used to play Holi in the high school. We used to play Holi in the school. In even medical college, we used to play Holi in the medical school with our colleagues, both boys and girls, and it was very innocent festivity, and people really enjoyed it.
So from fun to the threat of coronavirus to the greeting Namaste, let me connect you to the recent visit of President Trump to India. And there also in the public address, Prime Minister Narendra Modi explained the significance of Namaste. But parallel to that visit, what happened in Delhi, that riot has left scars on both sides in several ways, but not getting into the details. But there another side of it is the media, especially Western media, is portraying it in one-sided narrative. So do you see that Indian community, Indian media, or what the community should do, because it brings bad name to India?
You are right. The community should dispel the wrong facts. It means the riots or whatever happened was unfortunate. Should not have happened, because and particularly when President Trump was there, because that gives very bad optic of India in the world. But what Western media has written after the facts, some of the facts were not facts, and so we Indian American community here, we should dispel that fact. Whatever is correct and whatever is not correct, we should let people, American people know, because we cherish our friendship with USA and people of America, and we need them and they need us for both social and economical development of both the countries, and the development of the whole world as a humanity. Both countries is very critical and important, so there should not be a wrong impression about each other.
So now moving towards a better future where everybody understands each other in a more transparent manner, and you have been instrumental in forming Indian Caucus. So do you see Indian organizations building bridges with mainstream politicians to make them aware about the grand reality?
That's always the case. I'm talking this sentence, or I'm telling this couple of sentences since early 90s, when I was president of the political forum, who was driving force behind the formation of the India Caucus in Capitol Hill. I always say that unless you are part of the community where you reside, you cannot claim a piece of pie from them, and therefore it's always is important, not because only US-India relation, but our own interest, to protect our own interests here, in our community interests here, community development here, community progress here, we should get involved with all the congressmen and senators, those who are in position to make a decision. We should cultivate a great and good and close relationship with them.
Wonderful. So, as we conclude today's session, there are some important developments coming up from India. We'll talk about them probably in the next session, including some of the political roller coaster like situation from Madhya
Right.
Pradesh. But any brief comment from that?
Well, I think probably I heard that
Jyoti Radhe Scindia.
Scindia joined BJP and left the Congress. Probably because I mean, as an observer of the Indian politics, I can see that he was very smart. He is very smart politician, very educated, very well spoken, good orator, good communicator, and I think probably Congress did not appreciate his talent and did not give gave him right position, and therefore I think getting frustrated, and then he joined the BJP, which is originally his family party really, because his aunt is in BJP. Both the aunts are in BJP. One in the Madhya Pradesh, another one is in Rajasthan, and I think his grandmother was also BJP.
Yes.
Her name was Rani Maharani of Scindia, Maharani of the state of Gwalior. She was also BJP person, and so in a way, indirectly, I think for just Jyotira Scindia, it's a homecoming, and probably it's a right thing to do.
Wonderful. So now we have come to that home where we say goodbye from this show. Your words for our viewers.
Well, I mean, hello everyone. I mean, be very careful and take seriously this coronavirus situation. Be very vigilant. Be very hygienic to prevent coronavirus spread. And I wish all the best, your health and all your life. And we'll see you next week. Till then, goodbye, Jai Hind, and God bless America. Thank you. ठीक है?
बढ़िया है, बढ़िया.